Welcome, everyone. Today, I'm going to share a powerful story that might change the way you see life. Deep in the heart of a vast jungle, where sunlight filtered through towering trees and life thrived in every corner, lived a wise and experienced chimpanzee named Max. Max was not just any ordinary chimpanzee. He had survived storms, hunger, danger, and loneliness. Over the years, he had become one of the most respected creatures in the jungle. His strength was not only in his muscles, but in his mind and his heart. Max had a young son named Leo. Leo was full of energy, dreams, and curiosity. He would often sit on the highest branch he could reach, looking out over the jungle and imagining a future where he was the strongest, smartest, and most successful chimpanzee of all time. But there was one problem. Leo loved dreaming, but he hated working. The dream without effort. One morning, Leo jumped down from a tree and ran toward his father. "Dad," he said excitedly, "I've decided something big. I want to become the greatest chimpanzee in this jungle, stronger than anyone, smarter than anyone. I want respect, power, and success." Max smiled gently. He had heard this tone before, the tone of excitement without understanding. "That's a great dream, Leo," Max said calmly. "But tell me, what are you willing to do for it?" Leo shrugged. "I don't know. Isn't there a faster way? A shortcut? You've already done everything. Can't you just teach me the easiest way to succeed?" Max looked at his son with deep eyes. "There are no shortcuts in life, Leo. If you want something real, you must work for it. You must fail, learn, and try again." But Leo didn't like that answer. He thought to himself, "That's old thinking. I'll find my own way." The first failure. The next day, Leo decided to prove his father wrong. "I'll gather food on my own," he said confidently. "How hard can it be?" Without asking for advice, without preparing, Leo ran deep into the jungle. At first, everything seemed easy. He found a few fruits and laughed proudly. "See, this is simple." But as he went deeper, things changed. The skies suddenly darkened. Strong winds began to blow. Within minutes, a violent storm hit the jungle. Trees shook, branches snapped, rain poured down like a waterfall. Leo panicked. He didn't know where to go. He didn't know how to find shelter. He slipped, fell, and got injured. His small food collection was washed away. Cold, hungry, and scared, Leo finally made his way back home. With nothing. Max was waiting. He didn't shout. He didn't criticize. He simply asked, "What did you learn today?" Leo looked down. "I learned that dreaming is easy, but surviving is not." Max nodded. "That's your first lesson." The climb that changed everything. The next morning, Max took Leo to a massive tree, the tallest in that part of the jungle. "At the top of this tree," Max said, "there are the sweetest fruits you'll ever taste, but getting there is not easy." Leo looked up. The tree seemed endless. "I can do it," Leo said confidently. He started climbing. After a few minutes, he slipped and fell. "Try again," Max said. Leo climbed again, this time higher. But again, he lost his grip and fell. Frustration grew. "I can't do this," Leo shouted. "It's too hard." Max looked at him and said something that would stay with Leo forever. "Every time you fall, you're one step closer to learning how to climb." Leo clenched his fists. He tried again, and again, and again. His hands hurt, his body ached, but something inside him started to change. He wasn't just climbing anymore, he was fighting. After many attempts, Leo finally reached the top. He looked down at the world below, and for the first time, he felt something different. Not pride, but earned confidence. "I did it," he whispered. Max smiled from below. "That's your second lesson, the hardest test of all." Months passed. Leo was slowly improving, but life had one more test waiting. A terrible drought hit the jungle. Rivers dried up. Trees stopped bearing fruit. Animals began to struggle for survival. Food became scarce. One day, Max fell sick. He was too weak to move. For the first time in his life, Leo felt real fear. "What do I do?" he thought. "I'm not ready for this." But then he remembered his father's words. "Hard times don't break you, they build you." Leo took a deep breath. "I have to try." From boy to warrior. Every morning before sunrise, Leo would leave the safety of his home. He traveled farther than he ever had. He faced dangers he once feared. Some days he found food. Some days he didn't. There were nights he went hungry, just so his father could eat. But something incredible was happening. Leo was changing. He was no longer the lazy dreamer. He was becoming a fighter. The rise of a leader. One day, while searching for food, Leo saw a young monkey fall from a tree. The monkey was injured and helpless. Other animals were too scared to help. But Leo didn't hesitate. He ran, lifted the monkey, and carried it to safety. That moment changed everything. The jungle began to see Leo differently, not as a child, but as a leader. The return of life. After many difficult months, rain finally returned. The jungle came back to life. Food was plentiful again. Max slowly recovered. One evening, as the sun set and painted the sky in gold and orange, Max looked at his son. "You've changed, Leo," he said. "You are no longer the one who looks for shortcuts." Leo smiled softly. "I understand now, Dad. Success is not about being the strongest. It's about becoming the person who never gives up." The final message. One day, Leo gathered all the young animals in the jungle. He stood tall and said, "There was a time when I wanted success without effort. I wanted results without struggle." He paused. "But life taught me the truth. Success comes from falling and getting back up, failing and trying again, choosing effort over excuses, and never quitting, no matter how hard it gets. If you want to become great, start today, not tomorrow, not someday, today." Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing stories.